Hey everybody, we made it to number 20. I mentioned I had statistics. I have decided I will do them at the end of this. So, number 20, Sid and Nancy by director Alex Cox from the United Kingdom in 1986. Me? The film is good. The film is well made. It is a well executed film. I wonder a little bit because Johnny Rotten, who is in the movie and was, a main character in Sid's life, has some severe objections to the portrayal in the film and the facts as laid out in the film. But also he's objecting to things that don't make him or Sid Vicious look good. So maybe a grain of salt? I don't know. Um, the real the real thing that gives me hesitancy about this movie is you've seen it. We've all seen this story. There's nothing new or fresh here. The fact that it's possibly a true story. I mean, this is so many music stories. It is guy in a band meets a girl. Girl worships guy. And eventually drives a wedge between him and his bandmates. He tries to go off on his own with the support of girl and does not do well on his own because he's not as good as him and girl think that he is. That's it. That's the movie. The biggest difference is in this one, Nancy is a heroin junkie. Sid doesn't do drugs until he meets her, according to the movie, but of course falls down the heroin hole with her very quickly, and they die down there. That's it. I mean, I normally try to avoid spoilers, but we've all seen this movie. Maybe some of the particulars are different, but the story itself is as old as music. So it is well shot, it is well made. I just didn't care much about the story because it's watching two people's lives disintegrate around them as they choose the needle over their lives. Some people objected to the movie saying that it glorified heroin. I don't think that it did. Because what their life was like the last half hour of that film doesn't look like anything I would wish on anybody. Anyway, let's look at some statistics. I want to do this like every 20 episodes or so, and maybe I'll change what statistics I get, because obviously as we move on, when there's 300 of these, this might be a bit much. But for now, I've watched. Thank you for coming along for the journey, but you weren't here in my house watching them with me. You should come by. It's great. I'll make popcorn. So far, the spread has been we have watched 3 French films, 4 Japanese films, 4 United Kingdom's films, 2 films from Italy, 2 from Hong Kong, 1 from Sweden, and 4 from the US. That means the most movies have been from Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States, with France as a runner-up for second. Eras of films. We've done 2 from the 30s, 1 from the 40s, 7 from the 50s, 2 from the 60s, which were the Samuel Fuller movies that we just recently did, 3 from the 70s, 3 from the 80s, 2 from the 90s. It's not a bad spread, but it is very 50s heavy, right? And only 1 from the 40s. In terms of directors, there's been quite a few directors, and I'm not going to list off all of them. Instead, let's see, 16 different directors for 20 movies. The one we've seen the most of is Hiroshi Inagaki, and that's for the Samurai trilogy. We also had 2 John Woos, 2 Samuel Fullers, and everybody else on here is only on here once. Ingmar Bergman, Fellini, Hitchcock, Kurosawa. But I have a feeling more of them will show up. Rob Reiner's on here. That makes me feel happy. So that's where we are so far with the Criterion collection. 20 movies in. And it's been like 3 months. This is going to take a long time, guys. Next up, is another film from the United States. The next three are from the United States. From 1988, director David Cronenberg, Dead Ringers. I haven't seen Dead Ringers. I have seen the occasional Cronenberg, so I have an idea what I'm in for. Should be an interesting ride. Anyway, thanks for being a part of this. I'll see you guys.